Good evening. Welcome to Injustice Investigations. I am your host, Al Scott. As always, thank you all for joining me to our live broadcast. Beautiful Spirit, good evening to you. Always a pleasure to have you here. It's Hartfield, good evening to you. Always 100 Network Faith. It's always here to keep you all in order in the house. Thank you. Love you. Big time. I hope and trust that everyone has had a great day today. Uh, it's still raining here in Louisiana, Shreveport. It's freezing rain now. I love it as long as I do not have to be out in it. I can deal with winter, but I don't do summer. I don't do summer at all. I cannot. I cannot stand the heat. Tonight, tonight. I'm gonna talk about R.Kelly. I haven't spoken on R.Kelly maybe a little over a year. Miss Farris is in the house tonight. Good evening to you. Love you big time. Thank you. Yes, lost friend. And it's not because we didn't want to speak on it. With everything else that has been going on, to me, that was top priority. That was something that needed to be discussed. We can deal with R.Kelly at a later date, so we chose to deal with other issues, such as police brutality and killings and things of that nature. But tonight we're back to speak about R.Kelly. This show tonight was not that I scheduled. We didn't do that. It came about when there were two, which I'm gonna call incidents that came up about R.Kelly. One of them was Erykah Badu, and then another statement by Kelly Price. So we will get into that shortly. But first, earlier today, if you all remember, in Chicago, the former police officer Jason Van Dyke was released. The former Chicago police officer was convicted in 2014 of killing a Black teenager, LaQuan McDonald. He spent less than halfway through his original sentence. He was convicted in 2014. And he was sentenced in 2019 to do 6 years and 9 months. He was charged with second-degree murder, 16 counts of aggravated battery. McDonald was shot a total of 16. Needless to say, his family is upset. They're not calling for federal charges to be brought to themselves. And I am in total agreement with that. Sandy Miller, good evening to you. And when we continue to give cops a slap on the wrist, that aggravates Black America. Because it lets us know one thing: had it not been an outcry, the cop wouldn't have been through. And even when you are forced to do your job, arrest, prosecute, and convict when the evidence is there, you still try to give an officer as less time as possible when the officer is white, the victim is Black. Officers in the United States now are under attack. Some police departments see it as a shock. They never saw it coming. Sure, they saw it coming. As we said last night, you cannot continue to just pass out a death sentence and nothing ever be done. I mean, you have to have some consequences. There must be some penalty that you must pay for your action. But since the system don't like to do that, some people have decided that, okay, we'll do just like cops do. We'll take it to the street and we'll deal with them there. So that's all a part of being a police officer. I have a pain for him. I said the prayers for him. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. If you give an outcry over Blacks being killed by white cops, then maybe we will see things different. But they don't. One of the first things they do along with mainstream media, they're going to see if the black person has a criminal history. If they have, if they was arrested in grade school for stealing bubble gum, they're going to bring it up. They're going to bring it up and make a big deal about it. So we kill them, and then we assassinate a character, all in an effort not to send an officer to jail for killing a person of color. Michael Walker is in the house this evening. Good evening to you. Welcome. And I've been fine. Thank you. I've been fine. Okay. So again, Jason Van Dyke is at home. He was released early today. That's an info. The young man was shot 16 times. You know he had some issues. His mother at one time with drugs and foster home. Now, and I said that because it's already public. But when it first came out, again, it is to do character assassination on a young man. As if the cop that shot him 16 times, he gets society by killing. You may not see it that way, but that's the way. Okay. R.Kelly was convicted by a federal jury in his sex trafficking trial. It took the jury a little over a day before voting to convict 54-year-old R.Kelly on all 9 counts he faced. The trial lasted 5.5 years. Now, I want to speak on Erykah Badu first. What she said and the crowd's reaction. I'm sure by now know what she said. Hopefully tonight I'm going to try to get some to see this in a different way than what some are seeing. We can get bent out of shape when we speak on R.Kelly. A good friend of mine I was speaking with yesterday, we were talking about some upcoming shows, mainly the David show. And of course, we got into R.Kelly. And I told her I was going to quote her from what she said yesterday, but I didn't call her name. She said, when it comes to R.Kelly, here's what people cannot do or don't know that they should do. They have to realize that some of them have put R.Kelly on a pedestal that he himself could not stand on. You have to learn to separate the man from the music. And she said that R.Kelly wasn't on trial. Robert Kelly was on trial. And I thought that was a very profound statement. And I agree with that. R.Kelly wasn't on trial. Robert Kelly was on trial. We have a tendency to become a fan of people. And that's okay, but then it's not okay. Reason being why it's not okay, because when you become a fan of that person, then in your eyes, in your mind, they do wrong. And when something comes up, you get all out of shape. I know you do. They don't like him anyway. It's Me Too movement. If you want to know the truth, when R. Kelly first went to trial, that was way too late. He was acquitted. Keep in mind, just because a person is found not guilty doesn't always mean they're innocent, and vice versa. Some will say it's justice, others will say it's injustice. But one thing we have to remember is that our emotions don't mean anything when it comes to the law. So you have to put your little bitty heart that's so uh, easy to be fractured aside and look at what the law says. Some people can see the evidence. Some people can see the evidence right in their face. Yeah, that's not what that means. That's not what that means. We were reading an article from such and such. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't like him anyway. But you read another article that says wonderful things about Kelly. That's what you're going to go with. That's what you're going to preach on. That's what you're going to bring to me. Well, what about this guy? What about this? R.Kelly, he was a witness. He walked out of the court. He had his manager to give a child his personal contact information. No, I'm the wrong woman. I'm the wrong. It wasn't the wrong woman. She made it look like the wrong. So what R. Kelly did then is said, fuck the system. I'm R. Kelly. I'm a bad man. I can't be touched. So somewhere in the midst of his trial, he was paying that child some attention, which means he didn't give a damn about what was being said. He knew or hoped he was right with the outcome in his head. So then we tell the system, damn you, do what I want. No regards for the law. Well, this is a fast, hot now. Okay. So they're fast and they're hot. Does it mean that R. Kelly has a right to violate them and nothing be done? They knew what they was going to do when he went there. What some probably did. Some probably did. But again, does that give R. Kelly the right to violate them? No, it doesn't. It don't take a rocket science. It doesn't. A guy is out there. He's trying to get killed. And it's called suicide.com. Does that mean the cop have to take him up on it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that. When it ended the first time, he admitted he had a problem with it. But admitting it and addressing it to be helped is two different things. It's two different things. So don't become a fan of that person. Become a fan of their work and what they do, because something will happen in life and you will say they let me down. But in actuality, you let yourself down because you saw them. They can do no more. It's like a mother when she says, I'm going to be with my child, regardless, right or wrong. That's a terrible thing for a parent to say. A terrible thing for a parent to say. So that tells us that you're not a parent. You're not a parent. Parents don't do that. If I can still love my child, care for my child, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to support what they have done. I know I didn't raise them. I still love them. But when they're wrong, then they're wrong. It is a very controversial thing when anyone speaks on R. Kelly, especially when hashtag free R. Kelly is in the building. If you pronounce his name wrong, they're going to get upset. 38 high. R. Kelly has been convicted on all 9 counties in New York. In August this year, he goes to Chicago. Now, watch this here. You got to see it. The numbers were going up as far as people were watching Mr. Scott. But when I began to speak things that they didn't like, the numbers, they went down. But let me tell you something. The truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not. The truth is the truth, and it doesn't matter who's bringing the message. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. We don't give no sugar-coated shit cookies over here. We tell it like it is. It's just as simple as that. I listen to R.Kelly music based on the day. I'm always going to listen to music. I love it. I love his music. The brother's a genius when it comes to that. You know it's stuff. You know it's stuff. That's something that we can't take away from. We can't. If I'm a Miss Farris, I'm gonna use Miss Farris for instance. If Miss Farris said she don't like jada jada jada, she's upset with jada jada jada. Well, I'm okay with jada jada jada. Ain't no nothing to me. But people have a tendency to think if I'm upset with that person, you have to be upset with them too. If I said they're guilty, you have to say they're guilty. If I said they're innocent, you say the same thing. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't work that way. I have my own mind. I can think. You and I can sit right here, and we've been asked to look at a portrait and write down what we see. Some of the things we're both going to see. The other thing, no, we're not going to see. Position determines perspective. What you see depends upon where you stand. Erykah Badu in Chicago. During a concert, she took a break. She said something. I'm going to set up a prayer right now for all. And the crowd went berserk. One brother said, fuck R.Kelly. You should have did that shit 20 years ago. Fuck R.Kelly. Fuck you. So she was booed. So the next day, because of who she is and who pays her bills, she has to come back and do what is called damage control. So I'm wrong for wanting to pray for her. That's not love. That's what she said. And I agree with her. That's not love. I'm setting up a prayer. We cannot stop people from speaking their truth. If I stop speaking my truth, then it means I'm going to live your life. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. When you are a celebrity and you're making news, you become just like the black slave doing slavery. You are nothing but property. You're not allowed to speak your truth because I sponsor you. I pay your bill. You will go back and you will say this and you will say that, or we're going to cut you off. So again, we're up under the umbrella of slavery. Control. I would never, I said this off, I would never ever have a job where I couldn't speak my truth. I would never have a job to where I couldn't get on somebody's Facebook page and like something that they said, because if
if I like it and it's controversial, but Scott, they won't see you in office. So I got to come back and do damage. Mama didn't raise me like that. That's just not going to happen. The treatment they gave Erykah Badu, it was just wrong. All she said, I'm going to send a prayer for all. And right or wrong, if you're for right, hang on. If you're for right, if you stand with the victim, because you know justice has been served to R.Kelly, you are for what's right. Well, people that stand for what's right, they can pray for anybody, whether they like them or not. You don't want people to pray for him. You want him to come out worse than you went in. Don't pray for him. He knew what he was doing. I know damn well he knew what he was doing. But there's nothing wrong with saying, I'm going to send a prayer. I was saying it wouldn't bother me. I swear. Because what I said coming in, I'm going to still believe and say when I'm going out. You cannot make me hate him because you hate him. You cannot make me not pray for him because you won't pray for him. Some of y'all on the live feed tonight living off of dead folks' prayers. And if you're for right, then you're for right. You can't cherry pick what you see is right. That's not how it works. And that's the way. Searching for stories. Well, Kelly Price in an interview. Let me see what she's going to say. So for the second time, the lady asked me, basically, what did you see when you were there? I heard rumors. See, rumors never show up in a courtroom. It just don't work that way. I heard rumors, but I saw nothing. What I do believe, where there's smoke, there's fire. She went back to the first trial. Some got upset because Kelly Price lied. You had to see. You was there. You said it's cold. You worked with it. You had to see. You're taking up for it. Watch this. Watch this. If I'm a serial rapist and there's a woman in the room that's turning me on and I want to rape, I'm not going to rape her in front of, come on, that side of me she don't know exists. So I don't want you to know what I'm doing. Why do you think it's always a shock, especially in white neighborhoods, when they find out the husband had a secret life? He was fooling with prostitutes. He's fooling with prostitutes, but the prostitutes were male. The neighbors and I never saw that. I never saw he keeps saying this dude. Oh my. All the kids love him. You know why they didn't see it? They wasn't supposed to see it. Stay focused. Okay. I'm going in and out. It might be on this end. Stay focused. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. It
could be on this end because the weather's bad here and our internet service stuff. But I don't think this. So it could be here. So I do apologize if we have to come back and go over something. Thank you.
So I'm going to bully Kelly Price into saying what I want her to say, because you saw it. Wouldn't that be super stupid for him to do something like that in front of her? She's not with that. Before it was over. This way it gets. Kelly Price made mention that I did see parents dropping. Oh Lord, no. I saw parents dropping. I saw that. I'm not going to uphold a rapist. I'm not going to do that. Kelly Price said, I did see parents bringing their daughters backstage to meet R.Kelly. I did see parents bringing their daughters backstage to meet R.Kelly. In this business, watch this, in this business, and nobody really wants to talk about it, but in this business, that's not art. In this business, that's not art. That's actually the culture. It's the culture. I've seen mothers bring their daughters backstage. And that's the thing nobody wants to talk about. Oh no. Oh no. Kelly Price just spoke. Kelly Price just preached. She didn't call nobody's name. Unless I missed it, tell me she did. But I really don't think she called nobody. They have now opened up a can of I want to whoop ass, and the name is Kelly Price. Sometimes, what's it? If you want to get somebody, you know they done this, they done that. You ain't got to call their name. You ain't got to just put something out there. Put something out there. Nope. Only you know who you're talking about. Don't put my name out there. Just put something out there. And here's what's going to happen. Ruff, 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 ruff. Here's what you've done. In a subliminal way, you made them turn straight on their damn self. That's what you got. Stay focused says, hate to the judge, but these were some sick parents. We're finna get there, I promise you. We're finna get there with the parents. After the interview, Joseph Savage's mother responded to what Kelly Price said. She responded by threatening Kelly Price. Here's Kelly Price response to, first of all, the mother had to be super stupid to threaten a woman, especially in public, because that's what it was. It was a threat. And not only was it a threat, it was also guilt. She bought. Kelly said, I said what I said, and I meant what I said. Hello, right there in the morning. Hallelujah. R.Kelly is in jail right now. I also said that where I believe he belongs, because where there's smoke, there's fire. But please, Miss Adams, you threatened me, and you told me I should tread lightly. You don't know me. Oh, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Now, why did the mother speak out? Kelly Price said, I have nothing to do with what your family went through. I wasn't around when y'all were around. I will never stand in the corner of rapists. I would never stand in the corner of somebody who is violent towards women or children. But it sounds like a hit dog house. That's what it sounds like. You've been hit. You've been hit. If you know she ain't talking about you, you know for a fact she's not talking about you because you're not into that. But you holler. You holler. And I'll tell you why you holler. You holler because you're a pimp. I don't know how. Yes, I do. But I think it was wrong to prosecute R. Kelly and not prosecute the parents, because the parents looked at their children as nothing but money. So they pimped their daughters out to R. Kelly for the almighty dollar. The parents did that. We cannot give the parents a deal just to send R. Kelly to prison. This went on for a long time, and we're not talking about you sending a dog to Kelly. We're talking about you sending the children that you birthed into this world to fuck R. Kelly. And you get the goddamn money. We gonna give them a great bullshit. They gonna testify, and then it is what it is. The parents. Why do you think the savages, every time R. Kelly says something, every time something came out, boom, they going live. Boom, they going live. Boom, they going live. How the hell are they going live? Because they knew one thing. If anybody could send them to prison for pimping somebody out, it's their daughter. The daughter can do it. Because they looked at the daughter and said, I'm going to make her a hoe today. But then we got to get to her. They won't let me get to her. I got to get to her. She's my daughter. Why the great urgency? Why the great urgency? The greater urgency was because if the police get to him before I do, somebody just messed me up. I'm gonna tell you what they said. It's J-Rock. J-Rock said, Joycelyn Savage is mad because she has the same hairline her husband does. So what I'm saying here is that two things. You can't make somebody see something that they didn't see. You can't. You cannot make somebody say something to make you feel good or to make you think you're right. Do you actually think that he would beat and molest women, girls, men, and boys in front of any and everybody? No, he wasn't that damn stupid. No, he wasn't. But because she was with him, she had to see it. No, 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 no. The past employees for Kelly shouldn't have been, nobody should have been given a deal. This went on for decades. And now you're ready to spill the beans on Kelly. And then you're going to tell me what you know. But I'm going to promise you a deal that's going to be so sweet. You're going to tell everything you know and then some. Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Somebody lied on Kelly. But the same person that lied on Kelly was also telling the truth about some other things. But there was some lies in it. But Kelly, good evening to you. Thank you for tuning in. Okay. Okay, so if we prosecute R.Kelly, we just let the employees go. Don't forget now, they had booked the flights. They sent the message. They gave the money. They gave the gifts. They got the rental car. Nobody said nothing. You know why? Because they didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn. And no, as one of them said, one of the security said that nobody said anything, nobody cared because we was just little black girls. You know what? That makes no earthly goddamn sense. You cannot bring the race card in here. That didn't have a damn thing to do with it. It had nothing to do with it. Nothing. The parent should be right where R.Kelly is at. R.Kelly told you. He told you. Go watch CBS Mornings again. He told you what they did. He told you why they stopped them. He told you what went wrong. The money dried up. The other girl told you. They told me, take pictures with, have sex with, video, bring it to me, a black man. But then she come back and say, no, I lied. So here's the thing about that. Now you got, it's perplexing now because which statement do you believe? The first statement or this statement? But see, I don't have a reason to lie. A lot of people have a reason to lie, but they lie. They lie. Yes, R.Kelly, again, is exactly where he needs to be. So you can keep living in a fantasy world because you're in love with R.Kelly. But one thing you need to realize, R.Kelly has never been on trial. Robert Sylvester Kelly was on trial. But we can't get upset when people speak their truth. If you get upset when people speak their truth, to me, you're a part of the problem. You are. You're part of the problem. They was not out to get R.Kelly. R.Kelly was living his best life. Not to condone any criminal activity, but when he got off the first time, he should have stopped. We can't be for justice on one end. We want to practice injustice on the other. We take, again, and I said that we take the reports that are out about Kelly that fit, that tailor fits us, and that's what we run with. That's what we run with. Because this article right here agrees with everything that I said about Kelly. This right here, they don't know what they're talking about. So they don't even like that. So I mean, watch the news day. So whatever fits you and what's in your mind, it's what you're going to believe. It's what you're going to base your truth on. That's what you're going to do. A lot of people don't want to see R.Kelly in jail. And here's my right hand. I know beyond a shadow of doubt, the victims never wanted to see R.Kelly in jail. Never, ever. They wasn't after no jail time. They wanted him to open up the wallet, open the wallet up again. They wanted to go to jail and get nothing. You know, sitting there and rock. The parents. The parents. I Hunt says, let's take it up a notch, Mr. Scott. We even had a chance to send those two ladies home before it got this far. Exactly. State Board says that's why when Gail interviewed R.Kelly, she kept calling him Robert. She never called him. And I just learned this from my friend yesterday. And I got to use this tonight because it makes a lot of damn sense. The ones that you all, his R.Kelly fans, are fighting for R.Kelly. But they don't know Robert Kelly. Some people only let you see the side of them that they want you to see. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple. We have to remember this. Most of these charges involve underage children. Give me good. Underage children. That has to mean something to some of you all who support R.Kelly. You can still respect the man, his music, but to sit there and say he's 100% innocent is to condone what he did, because he's not innocent. I don't want to see him in that, but you know what? R.Kelly, somewhere in the past, it should have entered into, not R.Kelly, it should have entered into Robert Sylvester Kelly's mind that he don't want to see himself in prison. But since it didn't register, or if it did and he ignored it, well, look where he's at. You're not helping R.Kelly by saying he's innocent. We know some people lied on us. We know that, but they didn't lie about everything. Come on, now do your damn math. Damn well they lie about everything. Come on. Grow up. Act your age. Stop acting your shoe size. I'm glad that Kelly Price went public with what that sapsucker said to her, because it has to be taken serious. Because had she not, who knows what would have happened to Kelly. Kelly. Put him on blast. Screenshot it. That's what she said. She didn't have to open her damn mouth. She didn't, but she did because she's fucking guilty. Don't you think it's sad when parents not only see their kids as property, but they see them as hoes? And we pimp hoes. If they don't want to be a hoe, we position them into hoe mode. It can be painless or it can come with pain. But we will get you to hoe mode, because hoe mode don't pay. I just don't think Kelly should have been tried without the employees that knew and the parents being put on trial. You may not want him to be guilty, but the jury. So if you really care about R.Kelly, then try to help him get his act together. Because your hashtag free Kelly, I mean, nothing. You're in your feelings. You want to beat up people because they said, they're not saying negative things about R.Kelly. They're telling you what R.Kelly did. Now, if I'm not, in September, R.Kelly was convicted of racketeering and sex crime in New York and faced his life in prison. In Chicago, he is charged with creating porn with underage girls, intimidating witnesses, right, and the list goes on and on. So the justice system is not close to being through with R.Kelly. Kelly Price said what she saw backstage and what she witnessed at his home. You know why it didn't faze her? Because she said, that's normal. That's normal. That happens. Now watch this, and we're gonna get out of here. Speaking to the mother again, Kelly Price. The statement that I made was about the industry as a culture, and I stand on it. Young girls and women, period, have not been safe in this business because they are being preyed upon. And people have known that girls who want a career a lot of times will do whatever is necessary to have a career. So if they didn't want to lay with him, they laid with him. Unfortunately, Kelly Price. Sometimes their parents want them to have a career so bad that they will facilitate. I'm going to stop right there. I had to go to West. I was what exactly does the word facilitate mean? And it's simply that to make the process as smooth as possible. Hallelujah! As smooth as possible. The parents would facilitate. Now, if that wasn't your mom, then why are you worried about it? I never said I saw your mama backstage with him. I remember saying this in speech like years and years ago, and I still say I can see a lot of women, not all, a lot of women do whole things, but it don't necessarily make them a whole, especially when they're trying to make it easy. But we take little girls and little boys and we mold them and we shape them for our entertainment, our satisfaction. And then after a while, they're finally under our control. Now, either it's going to go smoother or it's going to be rough. But either way it goes, I'm about to break it like they break a horse. I would never drop my daughter off to R.Kelly anyway, because he's going to help her with her career. She's a child, but I need her to stay here with me. And then she's going to be fine. I'm R.Kelly. Oh, okay, then thank you. You have a child that's not at home with you, but you know where your child is at, but you don't know what she's doing. You know your child is with R.Kelly. And you lay down and go to sleep. Oh, she's fine. And you know what I mean? Me and her R.Kelly. Purple, good evening. Welcome. I love you big time. I know a lot of parents, especially mothers, if the child's supposed to be in at 10 p.m., 10:01, they panic. They won't sleep until the child walks through that door. But what do we say about the man and the woman, the mother and the father, that when their head meets pillow, probably on one of the best pillows you can buy in America, they go, you don't know what state your damn child is in and you sleep? If you, we're gonna go, if you love, if you care for him, stop defending him. Because let me tell you something about you defended. There is no defense. There is no defense. There is no defense for absolute wrong. If I ask anyone or everybody on this live tonight, would they have, even if we, let's take the word pimp out. If we leave the word pimp out and say, would you send your child with R.Kelly or anybody because they wanted to get into the music industry and they can, you let them stay with that individual for several weeks or several months because even though they're a child, he's helping them with their career. And you go to see what you have done there. A baby mama may have. A baby daddy may have. But a mother and a father, the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. So we can't put the girls down by calling them little fast ass and hot ass. Fast ass and hot ass. But R. Kelly did not have to wet their ass. But he did. Did. And for that, R. Kelly is exactly where he needs to be. I love the way Kelly and Price handled that. I'm out, Scott, with Injustice Investigation. Remember, I'm not always right.